and we're going to look at, this is a new, someone submitted the partner program form for Postman, and we're trying to figure out like what can we do, what's next here. And I don't know this company, you don't know this company, and so kind of here's my way of interrogating a domain to try to gauge where the opportunity is here and see what happens. So blended edge, what do they do? Integration is hard. We help software teams deliver integrations faster. Okay, so they're sounding like an agency, but like someone who does work for a fee for other companies, and it sounds like they do API integrations, and they're submitting our partner form basically to try to get more business. This is going to be common, and there may not be anything here, and we may end up just telling them we can't help them, but let's figure that out. Learn how. So integration is the fundamental requirement. Yeah, blah blah blah. How we help. We provide software. Yeah, sounds like they're an agency. Who we are. We're integration and SaaS experts. Just kind of scan. Faster, cost effective. Usually getting down here to their footer reveals a lot more. So, they have an open API integration hub, open integration hub, intelligent data mapping and portfolio management, Workato OEM. Okay. They actually have some technology. So they have Workato OEM implementation. So it means they integrate Workata seamlessly, which means they're using Workato APIs, which usually I'll take a note of that. If an API or a platform is being mentioned, usually I'll go, okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, I'll just leave that open. They have that. They'll do it for you. They'll make it seamless. Okay, that's not much opportunity there. Open Integration Hub implementation. Open Integration Hub is an open source enterprise ready integration framework. I'm not familiar with this. This is brand new. And
so, Kid, did you think initially when you saw the open integration that it was open API stuff?
Yeah, because the way my brain reads, I'm like, okay, I think I have come across this, but I don't know. But I like how they got documentation spelled, so they've hooked me in on that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that open for a second. That's another. They're just basically reusing. So they have a Workato open integration, intelligent data mapping. Use Workato. Okay, so they'll basically integrate different systems for you. Okay, portfolio management. I don't see any opportunities for us here. I would say they could have a presence in Postman Network and add collections for the integrations they do to demonstrate what they do. They could like have a workspace for these different areas, but let's do a couple other things before we go down that road. And I kind of sew this up. So what's their name? They are Blended Edge. And usually I don't type anything. Usually I look for their name, copy it, and then I do this, and I go API. I go open API, and I go Swagger, and I go Postman. Okay, and then I look through and I go, okay, what are they doing? They don't have an API, because if they have an API, it would come up first. Their developer portal. All they do is integrate with other people's APIs. Here's their LinkedIn. I'll just open that. Here's their Twitter. I'll open that. Doesn't look like much else. Okay.
So right now you're just kind of doing some sleuthing, seeing what this company's all about, what they do offer, what they do.
Yeah, just due diligence. Open API, they don't do anything with they talk about the metadata frameworks like Open API that help APIs communicate. So they talk about Open API a little bit. They're API literate. This helps me, but they don't have an API. They don't have an Open API, something I can import into a workspace. They don't even have an API. So sometimes things are hard to search for, and Swagger is one of them because Swagger is a different word than just APIs. But there's nothing here for them on Swagger. And then this is the most important one: Blended Edge. Postman. Have they done anything with Postman? And their name's not that unique. It's two common words. So combined with a third common word, Postman, you don't always get anything coherent. So nothing there. I do have their Twitter. Usually I will follow them on Twitter. I look at their follower count. Not too exciting. On LinkedIn, I may follow, but honestly, they're an agency, so cool. I'll friend them on LinkedIn. Another thing I'll sometimes look for is their GitHub profile, and if they have a company GitHub profile, it's usually a positive sign. They don't, so I don't really care. So close their Twitter. I followed them on Twitter, followed on LinkedIn. I don't really care. I did end up with Open Integration Hub, which I'm gonna save. I'm gonna bookmark for later, and I'm gonna look at it a different way. Where do I? So this is. I'm gonna put this under Open Technologies and look at it later because I'm curious what this does. And then, here's a GitHub. So now we have Workato. And this is something that I do is when I have Postman open, I will look, first I make sure I'm in Kinlane at API Evangelist. And I'll go to my workspaces and I'll go, do I have a Workato? I don't have a Workato workspace. So I'll create a Workato, I can type. Yeah. And usually I have a notebook open with snippets to paste in this, and I don't right now. So I'll create the workspace and nothing's in here. So what I do is I come back here and I go, okay, well Workato is pretty interesting of an API. Usually I'll grab the URL to their docs or their developer portal, and I'll just use this as a scratch pad. And so here's their docs, and I'll just kind of save that. And then I do similar, because this is a worthy API to kind of have profiled. So I'll go Workato, Open API. I will do Workato, Swagger, and then I do the Workato Postman. And I actually have a system with these links that you put in the name and it'll generate those 3 links for me, so I don't usually type them.
Okay.
So Workato Open API, if the first thing that comes up is the Open API specification, there is no Workato Open API. You can pretty much guarantee. It would say someone's talking about it, someone's doing it, and there's nothing. I close that. Workato Swagger API collection. So this format is called Open API, also known as Swagger. Currently Workato supports 2.0. All right. Then finding how to obtain this format is called Open API. Oh, so this is for creating APIs. Huh. I didn't know. So you can create APIs in Workato and it will publish Open API docs. That's actually pretty interesting. So usually if I find something like this, because I'm API evangelist and this is what I do, I'm on the other screen, sorry. So I just kind of save this stuff in notebooks and put it aside because I want to think about that some more. But this isn't Open API or Swagger for their APIs. This is for deploying APIs, which I didn't know you could do for Workato. That's interesting. But I'm trying to find, so calling APIs. So this is one area that should have Postman collections. They should have a whole Postman section for this. And once I'm here, I may
But they had Postman at the bottom.
Do they?
It's there. I just saw. Yeah.
So you can just see use. They say use the curl or Postman. They should have collections here and make it and do not. This is pretty common. You'll see people say that kind of stuff a lot. Okay, so I want a Workato swagger though. So I keep seeing the URL in here for a swagger in the description here. So let's grab this. Huh. Because, see, it's finding it. So there are. And sometimes you got to do this. Sometimes I will go developer tools.
Oh, you spelled swagger wrong, Ken. I wonder if that's
Oh, did I?
making it hard. Yeah, you have two S's.
Yeah, let me filter here though. Okay. Oh, I see. So they're just showing how to use Swagger for one of the endpoints that they publish. Okay, that's still not there. I want their Swagger. Swagger Hub and Workato. Oh, there it's the comparison. I hate these apps that do that. Workato's APIs and Rapid API. Rapid API never shares their Swagger, so don't even try. That pisses me off. I don't see a Swagger or an Open API. So calling APIs in Workato, we already saw that. They mention command line or Postman. All they do is link and say use it. I don't see any Postman. Oh wait, Docs Workato API collections. API collections. So the API collections tab. Oh, again, this is for your APIs. So they're a runtime partner. All right, this is pretty interesting actually. So in there you can deploy APIs, and it'll generate. No, because they're saying. What is that? API collection. So again, it has nothing to do with Postman. It's just overlap of words. And they're saying use Postman. This format is called. Yeah, so here we're back to that. And then the format can be used in tools like Postman. They don't have any actual collection. So Workato doesn't have any Open API, doesn't have any Swagger, doesn't have any Postman collection, which makes it really hard to create an Open API to import into this workspace and make public, which is kind of the next step in my process. So usually I'll stop here on this API because this is kind of a rabbit hole that I just went down. You know, I started with this partner and I ended up at Workato. But if I can get a new API in within like 10 minutes or less, I always want to. Another thing I do is I look at their docs. API, and if I can scrape it, here's the Workato API connections. Sometimes it's really easy for me to scrape docs because I can just, this is like an H2 property, and then I just grab this, and I have scraping tools that'll do this. This one's probably just easier to copy and paste into a request into a collection and do by hand because it's pretty small API. But I have it bookmarked. I have the folder. I really don't care today because I got other work and I have a minimum time. So back to our root is Blended Edge. They're an agency. They're a consultancy. They're just wanting to get business from us. We don't really have a track for them right now. We don't have like a partner agency reseller kind of type situation. We don't like have a service organization where we can say, hey, we can send work your way. So really there's not a lot we can do with this partnership. They don't have an API. So we